Spring football games are almost here. This Saturday, you can see Northwestern play their game at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on BTN. Following that, the Michigan Wolverines play at 2 Eastern, 1 o'clock Central Time. Brady Hoke, the head coach of Michigan, talking about the spring game.
The key positions, obviously, you all point to, is the development of the offensive line. And I think those guys, we had a great scrimmage in here on Saturday. Kids came back out on Tuesday and really did a nice job. You can see the incremental improvements there with, pad level, leverage, the line of scrimmage.
For more on this, we bring in our coach, Glen Mason now. Glen, let's look ahead to both of those games. Let's start off with the man you just heard from, Brady Hoke. What are you looking forward to seeing the Maize and Blue do on Saturday?
Well, from my perspective, Brady hit the nail right on the head. It's the offensive line. You look at last year, it was not a typical Michigan offense. You think they finished 10th in the league offensively, and a lot of people would say, well, Devin Gardner wasn't consistent and they didn't do this and they do that. But when you look at that offensive line, it just didn't perform very well. And there's some built-in excuses. Taylor Lewan, the All-American, and Schofield were mainstays, but that inside three, they always had different guys in there because of injuries, a variety of factors. And going forward, Al Borges, the offensive coordinator, is gone. They've got Nussmeier, the new offensive coordinator. Devin Gardner will be the quarterback. He's a talented guy. He really is. But it doesn't matter who's the quarterback or who the offensive coordinator is if they do not get that offensive line worked out. And Mike, I'll tell you, it's one of the. It might be the only position in football where those guys are all relying on each other. And you think about it, the offensive line, all of a sudden, if you go to throw a pass and the quarterback gets sacked, four guys might be doing a great job. One guy breaks down, everybody says offensive line stinks.
Right. Yeah, it's the weak link more than anything else on them. And you saw it statistically, too. Rushing yards per game, Michigan was second worst in the Big Ten last year. Sacks allowed, they were second worst in the Big Ten last year. So you think regardless of whether Shane Morris ends up playing more this fall or Devin Gardner plays more at QB, one way or another, they got to protect whoever it is.
The old adage, if you don't control the line of scrimmage, you have no chance. Last year, they didn't control the line of scrimmage. If they do not control the line of scrimmage better this year because of the offensive line, doesn't matter who the quarterback is.
Speaking of quarterbacks, we turn our attention to the Wildcats. What are you looking forward to most in that game?
Well, I'm very anxious to see what Pat Fitzgerald and Mick McCall is going to do with the Northwestern offense. We've come to know an offense up there at Northwestern that's been pretty darn good, pretty effective, well coached. As a coach, when you watch them play, you know what they're trying to accomplish, Mike. But one of the big ingredients, with a Kane Coulter or a Dan Persa, was the ability of a quarterback to run the football and throw. Trevor Siemian, he's a good thrower. I'm assuming that he's going to be the quarterback, but he is not the runner that those guys were. And I know that, Mick McCall, when you go up there and visit him, he says, Trevor Siemian's a better runner than anybody gives credit. We just need to get him to like running. I don't think he likes running, and I really think they're going to have to adjust that offense to meet the strengths of the quarterback, and that's not running.
Yeah, the good news is they do have Venrick Mark back for a fifth year of eligibility. Don't know how much we'll actually see him play on Saturday. But one way to find out is by watching the games right here on BTN.